quick little bit of information about the Triton. It's a 2019 MR GLX Plus Triton, which is the second up from base model, so it's not all fancy. Main reasons we went that is we didn't want leather seats, we didn't want carpet interior, we've got vinyl interior, so it's much easier to keep clean. We didn't really care about the heated seats or any of that sort of stuff, and we kind of thought the money that we'd spend on the next spec up, we could just use to modify the Triton instead. Now, when we got it new in 2019, we weren't thinking about traveling Australia full time, especially towing a caravan. So the mods that we did, we kind of regret quite a few of them now, or at least I do anyway. So in this video, I'm going to have a bit of a chat, take you through the car, tell you what works, what doesn't work when towing a caravan, things we regret doing, all that sort of jazz. Now, we're going to start at the top of the car, the roof rack, just slowly work our way down and around and have a chat about it all. So hope you find it interesting. If you do find it interesting, if it's something you disagree with, if I missed something, anything like that, please leave a comment down in the description and we'll be more than happy to run through those and answer everything that you want to know. Anyways, let's get into it. Alrighty, kicking it off at the top of the car, we've got the Rhino Rack Pioneer platform. We've never really had too many troubles with it or anything. Bolts straight onto captive nuts on top of the car with 4 M6 bolts, so it's a very simple, easy install. We just use it for the awning, fishing rod holder, max tracks, shovel and shower tent. And then obviously if we're going to get the swag out and use the swag regularly, we'll stick that up on the roof here as well. The biggest drama that we had when we first got it was something we were told about, but I didn't really believe until we got this one, is wind noise is pretty bad on the Rhino Rack. So they do sell a wind diffuser that you can bolt onto the front of it and everything to reduce the amount of noise. We decided to go a different route, which was put the steady 42-inch dual row light bar on there, and that does drop out most of the wind noise, which is good. It's not the route that I would go again if I was to do it again though. I'll explain why once we get down to the front bar. Yeah, it's a decent product. I would probably go Rhino Rack again, but only if they were able to figure out a way to stop that wind noise on the front. All right, well, I'm gonna get down from here and we will go around to the front of the car and talk about the front bar next, I reckon. Before we move on to the front bar, there's just one thing that I want to address in regards to the shovel holder up here. I probably won't go a shovel up there again, just because shovels do tend to rust and go a bit funky, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's tarnished the glass there. The rust has affected the paint here, and I think there's a little mark up there somewhere as well. Advice I'd give there would be just get a smaller shovel and carry it inside the vehicle, or try to find one that's not going to rust as good as the good old Bunnings special that we've got up on there. So probably an easy fix, just something we need to get around to doing. Front bar wise, so we went the PIAC front bar. Look, it's not a bad bar. Actually, yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of it anymore. I used to like it. I don't like it quite as much anymore. It's been on here for just over 3 years in total, and it hasn't really fared up too good, to be honest. So it's all pitted, all rusting, pretty much everywhere you look. It's all sort of getting a bit destroyed. Rubber seal around there is gone. That one's pretty much the same, and they were trashed within about 6 months. The other thing, of course, with front bars and all that sort of gear is they are heavy. So I do agree with having one. Like, it is great to have for safety reasons, especially when you're doing remote travel and all that sort of gear. You don't want to hit any animals or anything like that. You know, you do need it. But they weigh a lot. This particular front bar is close on 80 kilos all up. So you're taking a fair chunk out of your potential payload straight off the bat. There are other lighter option bars out there on the market. There's plenty of different ones, but if you're going to do full-time touring, yeah, weight is vital, especially when towing with the Caravan. You can go over your GVM and GCM really quickly if you're not careful. Lighting wise, there's just a little road vision light bar on there. That actually came for free with the bar, so it's the only reason why we've got that one there. I wanted to talk a bit more about the steady up on the roof there as well. So we don't really do a lot of nighttime driving. We might do an occasional sunrise just to go for a hike or something, but realistically we hardly use the light bars. So for me, looking back on it, it is a regret getting that steady one up the top. I should have gone the wind diffuser or something like that. It's extra weight up there and it's extra money. I was probably better off saving the money I spent on that and using it for something else that was going to be of more benefit. I'm not saying don't get spotlights or don't get light bars. Just have a bit of a think about whether you're going to do a lot of night driving or not. And if you're not, it might be worth spending the money elsewhere. That's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, of course, as is any of the opinions that I'm going to give on this car. It's just stuff that we've discovered that works for us and doesn't work for us. Moving it around the back, we've got rear bar on here as well. So this particular one is the Ironman rear bar. And again, it's probably something that I would now no longer bother about getting if I was going to do it all again. Yes, it has the side protection on there, and it's weighty, it's chunky, it's going to protect the car if anything happens, which is nice. But again, it's 70 kilos all up. So between the front bar and the rear bar, there's already 150 kilos gone in payload, and that's a lot when it comes to full-time touring. And yeah, it's something to bear in mind. Now, if I was to do it again, I would get rid of the rear bar and I would just put in just the tow bar itself, save the weight and save the money, because again, that wasn't a cheap option. So, yes. Whilst we're on the back of the car though, tub canopy setup. It's another regret. I just, doesn't matter if you're towing caravan or towing a camper trailer or anything like that, my go-to would definitely be a tray and alloy canopy, as a metal tray and metal canopy, just for ease of use. This tub canopy, it does the job, but there's a few things that are a bit of a pain. Most of it's just because of how I've set it up. It did have central locking, but that's broken. In the back of it, we've just opted for a couple of King's drawers. So I think that's just the basic setup that most people usually get. We do normally have the Weber and our toilet in here. We've just taken them out because of where we're staying. We're using them both at the moment. The fridge slide did break, well, the latch, so that's a little bit custom. Biggest downfall of this drawer setup: when it comes time to open the fridge, you actually can't open it the whole way because it does smack onto the door there. So that is a big downside. It makes it very, very difficult to get anything in and out of the fridge. Plus just general storage. So when, for example, I need to get, I think these are locked. Yeah. When I need to get anything out of the side of the cabinet, the canopy here, I'm too short. So I physically can't reach in to get anything out of here. Which again, if I am trying to get stuff, I have to climb up on the tyre and try and find a way in like that, which is just, yeah, painful. Obviously with a metal tray, metal canopy, be much easier. Our budget at the time just didn't allow, but if I was to go back and do it all again, 100% I would go for a metal tray, metal canopy. The other thing, we've got that wood divider straight through the middle there. That's just to try to stop anything from that side falling this side behind the fridge and things on this side falling the other side. It's not the best setup. Battery as well. Again, if I was to do it differently, I would probably put the battery behind the rear seats in the car instead, just to save space and make it a little bit more user-friendly and a bit easier to use. The drawers, they're great, you know, they store everything. We've just got grabbing gear pods and pouches for all the tools and stuff, recovery gear. Look, they're drawers. They do weigh a fair bit again as well, so something to consider is the weight. What else are we going to talk about on this side while we're here? We'll go down to the wheels and tyres on this side. All right, so everybody has their preferences when it comes to what tyres they want to go. We've got the Bridgestone all-terrains KO2s. They're 265, 75, 16, which is another reason why we didn't want to go the next model up with the Triton. Is the next model up, you have to have 17-inch rims minimum because of the size of the brakes. We went dynamic Sunraysia steel rims, which is yet again another regret. I wouldn't go Steelies again, I would go alloys. These, I can't get a definitive answer, but they weigh somewhere between 13 and 15 kilos each. And obviously when you've got 5 of them, the weight does tally up. And we've never been anywhere that's caused any damage to the rims that alloy rims wouldn't survive. So I would easily swap back out to alloy. Alloy rims are going to go about 8 to 10 kilos each, roughly. So you're going to save anywhere from 25 to 30 kilos in weight just by switching back to alloys instead of steel. So I would definitely do that. But yeah, tyres wise, KO2s. This is our second set on here. We've done just shy of 110,000 Ks in the car now with the current configuration. This is just the second set of tyres. Never had a puncture, never had a blowout, never split a sidewall, anything like that. The only issue with them is they are a little bit slippery on bitumen in the wet. But outside of that, I've never had dramas. I'm not saying get them. We're not sponsored by any means, but I do like them, and I will probably go for the same tyres again next time around. But that's just me. Next, we'll jump back up. Awning-wise is the Dashi 270-degree awning. It's not a freestanding one or anything like that. We like it. It gives us a shade when we need it. It's, yeah, you strap it down if it's windy and it's fine. We've never had dramas. It's never gone up over the car. It's never done anything like that. So we quite enjoy that one. Suspension wise, we have Dobinson's suspension in here, which again, at the time we weren't intending on being full-time touring or anything like that. If you're getting a car new, I would just straight up go for a GVM, GCM upgrade. Don't worry about trying to do the suspension and then get it engineered and certified later to do GVM and GCM upgrade. It's just too much of a drama. If you can get it done before your rego, before you pick it up straight out of the factory, you're going to be much better off. If we were to try to get this GVM, GCM upgraded now, it would just be way too much work. We'd have to probably redo the suspension, change a heap of the other things, and then pay a heap of money, and we just don't want to do that. So a regret would be not getting GVM, GCM done from factory. Highly recommend that you do that rather than, we originally put 2-inch lift in it. It came up closer to 3 inches, unfortunately. Nobody could really answer why, but that's just the way that it was. This is probably my biggest regret. Stainless steel powder coated snorkel. Look, all snorkels have a bit of noise to them, but the stainless steel ones, I should have listened to everybody when they said that they're too noisy. I'll start the car up quickly now just to try to show you, but otherwise I do have some clips here that I recorded earlier, so I'll be able to slot them in here. But this is how she sounds. Now, I like to be able to drive with my window down, and unfortunately that is just way too loud, especially when you're towing the Caravan and the car's under load. And yeah, I would not recommend stainless steel snorkel. That is my biggest regret. Yeah, go for a Safari, well, something along those lines. there's plenty of different options for those out there. So you can see by the sound that this is why I'd rather get rid of the stainless snorkel and put a normal one on there. It's just way too noisy, unfortunately. But you live and you learn. Something else that we'd probably recommend if you're getting your car new and you want to protect the paint, get the PPF wrap done. So Tritons and Mitsubishis were renowned, or are renowned, for not having the best paint quality on them. As you can see here, this is not dirt and this is not dirt. That's all stone chips and damage that's come up from the tyres and chipped away all the paint. So if you can get your car wrapped, PPF wrapped, do so. It'll just make life a lot easier for protection of the paint reasons. We spend most of our time on dirt and sand and that sort of thing, so you're going to get stone chips, you're going to get a bit of damage from that sort of thing, but if you can lessen it, yeah, definitely do. CV joints. So because of the lift that we've done to it, obviously the CV joints aren't at the best angle. We haven't busted a CV itself yet, but we have split, I think, 3 or 4 CV boots over the time now, which is not the biggest drama. We have the shocks that are in the front of the car are adjustable Dobinsons, so we've dropped that back down as low as what we can to try to help that. But yeah, there's no point in getting a 3, 4, 5 inch lift, in our opinion, on a car that you're going to be using for full-time touring. It's just not a practical, wise decision to do. But again, our opinion only. Somebody asked us about fuel economy. So when we're towing our van, the van's full weight is 1,800 kilos, which is, small compared to some of the other vans that are out there. We get between 16 to 17 litres per 100 when towing, which is not bad. And not towing, I think we're sitting around 11.5 to 12 litres. So yeah, we could easily drop that back by removing some of the stuff off the car to lessen the weight, but overall we're not too disappointed by the performance of the car when towing. Could we have more power? Would we get it retuned or chipped or something like that? Yeah. It's only got a 2.4 litre motor, so it's not exactly the biggest motor. It's not exactly got the best power or anything like that. It is still under warranty, so we're still under the 7-year, 150,000 kilometre warranty. So whilst we've got that, I'm not going to get it retuned just so that we don't void a warranty or anything. I'd like to. I think it'll make a big difference, but I just don't want to start messing with the warranty and have something go wrong and Mitsubishi not cover it. I know this video isn't quite our normal travel exploring type video. I just want to kind of jump on here and see if I can help anybody out from making the same mistakes that I did when setting up a car and getting it ready to go exploring in. Again, as it sits now, it would probably be fantastic for weekenders and going away camping and that sort of gear. It just isn't set up right for going caravan towing, touring Australia. So it's very different between the two. Again, these are just our opinions, my opinions on things I like and don't like and things that I would change. They might not be for everybody, and that's okay. Please, though, let us know down in the comments what you would keep, what you would change. If you've got any comments or anything like that, chuck them all down there. We will go through all of them and answer all of them for you. But for now, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you next week when we're back out traveling around and exploring again. Catch you later.